Is that like a chipmunk?
You don't sound like a chipmunk.
Send chipmunk gifts if you could. If I sound like a chipmunk.
Hello all and welcome to the Twisted Geek podcast, episode number 3. And today I have a special guest with my lovely wife, Kat.
I'm very special.
And in this episode, we're going to discuss an anime itself, and that is because Kat has watched a few anime in the past before. She watched a bit of Bleach, but mainly it's been Studio Ghibli movies. So I introduced her to something which is a little bit different, maybe a little more per alley, and that was the very first episode of The Promised Neverland. If you've seen it, you know exactly how this goes. So over to Kat. Hello Kat, you're right.
I am though.
And what did you think of it then?
Yeah, it was really good. I really enjoyed it. How to start?
It's not what quite you expected, I guess.
No, it started off quite... Obviously it started off talking about the fence and everything, not going out the fence, so you didn't know what was going out the fence. But then later on you find out it's not a very high fence and that it's all like psychologically keeping them in, but what for? And then you've got the numbers and things like that, so you got nods to like the Holocaust and things like that.
Yeah.
And scientific, I initially thought scientific experiments and things like that. Again, so why they're being kept there and things like that, why they're doing the testings, and so literally that was all mine, that they were being trained, recruited for some, trained to be assassins, things like that, or they're just being experimented on.
If you first come into it, and if you had been watching a lot of anime, you probably think it's just a slightly different world. It's an orphanage, all kids are there, that's why they're all just the same, they've all got numbers, which could have been the birthday, they could be when
it
they're
could
admitted.
be anything, just have all these tattoos on them.
Doesn't really say exactly what they're meant for.
No.
Maybe they are still just learning and teaching and getting...
Yeah, it doesn't say how they got there, it's like back all in like their uniform grey, it's like your Victorian Gothic orphanages and things like that.
Because they're all kind of striving to be adopted, they're all hoping that they're going to be adopted and get out to the outside world and enjoy life.
That's it.
And then what happens?
Monsters! They're a farm, it's a farm. Sorry, spoilers there, people. But yeah, the farm, it's like branding the cows and the branding the cattle and things like that.
Yeah, and this one's classed as the best farm there. You don't know how many farms there are. You find out later on how many farms there are, but this one you don't know at the moment.
The judged as quality stock and we order our little Happy Meals.
Yeah.
And I thought the monsters were really cool, I thought they were really good. You didn't see a full monster until the end, and you had bits of monster here, bits of monster here. They kind of reminded me of mythical Wendigos, because they're quite creepy. Yeah. So you had enough of the suspense of the monsters without being in your face.
But at the same time, I guess with that, the monsters you see are two slightly different monsters.
Yeah.
One's more humanoid, and the rest are kind of like this big fat kind of... Yeah. Other than the faces, of course. The faces are not humanoid at all, but...
That's it. But then again, who's the real monster? Is it the mother who's actually prepared these children to go?
Well...
Type things, or who's the real monster here?
That you'd have to find out later on.
I know, I'll have to be watching some more.
Because she does come across as a bit of a monster, and that's understandable why she comes across as that bit of a monster. But until you find out what's going on in the world and the surrounding times, but then it becomes a bit more clear about what's going on.
Again, it's just how sheltered they are. They've all got these different things, or to see the world, or to survive the world. The biggest one was to survive the world. Yeah. I can't remember his name, sorry. Is it Ray?
You had, I think, Norman, Ray and Emma, the three main characters.
Yeah, Ray again, bit of a dark character for the children, but he seems to, does he know?
Yeah.
Talking of little monsters, there's the cat.
Yeah, the cat's meowing, crazy in the background. Smokey, be quiet. Just interrupting work like terrible. So you get that impression that Ray has an idea. Yeah. Yes, he knows something more than what they know.
Yeah, and the fact that they're the same age, so and competing against each other type thing.
Because at the same time, Ray's still quite a curious character, and for him not to go rushing out and potentially seeing what's beyond the gate kind of intrigues you to know that he might know something else.
Or has he already been out there?
So it's...
But yeah, I'm excited. Let's do another one in a couple of weeks.
There's the noisy cat there now.
The cat? No, it's not.
Yes, it is. Yeah, he was wanting to make all the noise in the background.
Our personal little monster. But yeah, catch up in a few weeks when I watch a few more.
Yeah, we'll try to do it again and...
Let's wait till I finish the series. How many episodes is it?
I think there's about 12 for the first one, 12, 13 for the first one.
So yeah, let's get it finished.
So we'll come back to that in about maybe a month's time.
Yeah.
We'll come back to that and see how Kat feels about the rest of the series. No matter how hooked she gets at the moment as well. As anyone out there who knows, I've never actually watched season 2 yet. I kind of don't want to, because all the hype around season 2 is just disgraceful. Saying that basically between the manga, I know that, for example, season 1 is, say, arc 1 of the manga. Season 2, though, is arc 3 of the manga. So they've missed out a full section in the middle. It's going to be really annoying, because there's going to be a big gap that I don't know about, and I don't have the manga yet, so I don't know what that gap is. But I'll have to wait and see what Kat thinks of that. I'm guessing there might be other ones you might want to watch based on this now.
Yeah, I mean, I always like a good horror.
More psychological than anything else.
I do like a good psychological thriller, a bit of a horror note.
So again, if you've got any suggestions down below what you might like next, then leave a comment and let me know.
Thanks for putting up with my voice. Is that like a chipmunk?
You don't sound like a chipmunk.
I sound like a chipmunk.
It's just weird hearing your voice for the first time when you're on recordings and stuff like that.
Send chipmunk gifts if you if I sound like a chipmunk.
This is also my Twitter feature spam of chipmunks.
Yeah. Really wonder what's going on.
Yeah, that'd definitely be a bit weird. So if you haven't already noticed, on Wednesday as well I released a video regarding hitting 500 subscribers, which I am massively thankful for from all of you. Whether you listen here on podcast or actually here on YouTube, it is massively appreciated for you doing that. And I do have a little giveaway that's happening with that, so go over and watch that video. I'll link it in the podcast description as well as the description on YouTube. It is only open to the UK at the moment. Once we get to the 1,000 subscribers, I am going to expand it out a little bit to the rest of the world, because I know I have a lot of subscribers from America and the Philippines, so I'd like to offer that to you, but at the moment, unfortunately, I just have to stay just locally in the UK. But again, I massively appreciate it all, and we'll see Kat again in about a month's time, go over the rest of the Promised Neverland, and see what she thinks. My name's been Daniel, this has been Kat, this has been the Twisted Geek podcast. Hope you have a great week. Cheers.